Well, hello, Scott here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at farm shops and we're going to be looking at Weetons and also Fodder, putting them head to head and see which one is the best. So I'll be using three criteria that I'll outline in just a moment. We're looking at Weetons first. This is on Leeds Road, restaurant down the right as you walk in. It was sort of late September, early October, so the Christmas decorations are not yet out. There's the coffee bar and bakery, which is very nice. And then this is Fodder at the Yorkshire Agricultural Society Showground just behind Sainsbury's. Slightly more rural sort of feel to it, a bit more of a focus on local food, but very good indeed. Both are great, and let's see which one's the best. So let's set out the criteria I'm going to use. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. First of all, shopping experience. Which one of those is better? Then we're going to look at quality. So we're going to taste a sausage, an apple, Braben apple to be precise, and a scone. See which one's the best out of that. And then finally price. I've got a basket of 12 goods. And we're going to see which of these two shops is cheapest. And there'll be 3 points for each of those criteria. And the way I'll sort of be working it, if it is a marginal win, it'll be 2 points for one and 1 for the other. If it's a blowout, one shop will get all 3. So let's go through them bit by bit. And first of all, we're going to look at the shopping experience. And this is Weetons, and a nice big car park with some Tesla chargers that you probably saw there. And let's just remind ourselves of where it is. It's on Leeds Road, just before Panel, quite easy to get to. And a lovely little garden centre at the front. There's some home goods there on the right-hand side as well. Really nice airy feel as you walk in. They had a lovely sort of harvest display at the front there, which was very good. Really nice, big, airy feel to the place. Lots of lovely shelves filled with glorious food items. Not a cheap shop, of course, but really tempting. I love the loaves there with a W. That's the bakery, and so the coffee bar, which is very nice indeed. Lovely looking butcher's shop, homemade meals. It's a very nice shop indeed. Now Fodder, a little bit more of a sort of rural feel to it. There's a, just outside there's a food cart, and this, just remind ourselves where Fodder is, just behind Sainsbury's there, on Wetherby Road. And walking in, nice lovely feel to it, again nice and airy, not quite as big as Weetons, as you can probably see. A little bit more of a focus here on local food. Certainly the meat will all be local here. There's some nice looking sausages there. Lovely chilled goods, and worth noting as well, I think, that all of Fodder's profits go to the charity, which is the Yorkshire Agricultural Society, distributed locally and opened by Her Late Majesty there, as you can see. I think the Weetons was slightly better. I'm giving Weetons 2 points and Fodder 1 point. Moving on to quality now, and for this we're going to just look at some of the great products that these two shops sell. So sausages first, obviously got to cook these at home. They're the Weetons sausages first. You can see what they're like raw. These are more of a thin sausage. The Fodder sausage is slightly sort of redder in colour and a thicker sausage. In terms of price per kilo, very similar though. So we're going to get out now and have a little taste. There's the sausages side by side, and there's all the goods we're going to look at. Braben apple, a sausage and a scone. That's a Fodder sausage, so try that one. And what's that like? You just say very nice. Is it
nice and brown?
Nice and ground, so quite a fine mince to it. That's good. And I'm going to try. This is his Fodder, and again, Liz is right. Quite a fine grade of sausage there. This is Weetons, which is a smaller sausage, about the same price per kilo, and there we go. And I've cooked both of these in the oven, as I've shown. What would you say about that? Is it more flavour, less flavour?
More.
More flavour. Yes, that's slightly more seasoning, maybe, would you say, to that one? Yeah. But which one's better? So what we're going to do with this in terms of rules is we're going to be quality first. If it's a tie, if we can't separate them at that point, or if we have one vote each from Liz and I, then we will do the cheapest wins. So I prefer the Fodder, But I think you prefer the Weetons, don't you?
Yeah.
So Weetons is 4p a kilo cheaper. So that means that Weetons wins. So Weetons is the best sausage. Yours wins then, Elizabeth. So Elizabeth's already crunching that away. Nice and juicy and fresh. You're not a big apple person, are you? Nice and juicy, seems fresh. So, this is the Fodder one. Bigger, more expensive.
I like this one better.
There's more of a crunch, that bit juicier. I prefer that as well. So the Fodder apple is better. Slice away. So Elizabeth is slicing these. She's already sliced the wheat one. She's slicing the Fodder one now. And let's have a little look at that. So a bit more fruit in the Weetons version, I think. And yeah, Fodder. They're very similar, sort of open texture. Both look delicious.
Ready?
So Elizabeth likes a little bit of scone with her butter, so we're trying the Weetons one first. There's quite a bit of butter you've got there, Elizabeth. Make sure you're tasting the scone as well as the butter. And now I'm going to taste, this is the Weetons scone. That is nice. I like that. Nice texture, nice flavour. I'm try a bit without the butter. With a little bit of a crunch, but soft inside. Yeah, that's a really nice flavour. I really like that. Really nice scone, that. Now I was trying the Fodder scone.
Not as tasty as the other one.
Oh. So this is the Fodder scone. Now remember, this one is 55p cheaper than the Weetons version, although it is a bit smaller. I like it. I do like that. Difficult to choose. I don't know. So we reluctantly had to try a little bit more of these lovely scones, and Elizabeth, as you can see, got into it, as did I, and eventually we did come up with a winner. No, you're right. Weetons is better. That is better. I think we're going to say that Weetons is the best scone, Weetons is the best sausage, Fodder is the best apple. Weetons were making their own scones. I'm not sure if Fodder were. I think they were as well, but I saw them coming out of the oven with Weetons, and I presume that both make their own sausage. So both, the quality is brilliant across the piece. Nothing wrong with any of it. Really good stuff. But we think the result of the quality test is that Weetons wins 2-1. So Weetons wins 2-1 on the quality test, and when you add those marks to the previous marks, they are ahead 4-2. So Fodder really needs a blowout on the price test in order to win this, and that's what we're going to look at next. And I've chosen a basket of 12 goods, and it's roughly what two people would buy, so what a couple would buy. So 200 grams of Wensleydale. As you can see, Fodder is cheaper. Milk, Weetons is more expensive there, but it is organic milk, so it's not really apples with apples. 80 Yorkshire Gold tea bags, considerably cheaper in Fodder. Eggs, also considerably cheaper, and that was the same brand, a local brand. The rump steak was much more expensive in Fodder, and that seems to be a bit of a trend. Meat seems to be more expensive in Fodder as it's produce. As you can see, the tomatoes are slightly more expensive, and that's the price difference at the halfway point. And I'm going to update that total now as we go through it with each new item. Fodder more expensive on the onions, but cheaper on the scones. The Braeburn apples, again, more expensive in Fodder, and the sausages, very, very slightly more expensive in Fodder. The minced beef, cheaper in Fodder, as you can see, very, very close, so it's all going to be on the pork pies. Are the pork pies going to swing it in favour of Weetons? And the answer is, yes, they are. Pork pies much, much more expensive in Weetons, but it doesn't matter. But look how close that is, 46 pence difference. Fodder is more expensive by that amount. So well done to Weetons. They have won every single category by the looks of it. There are some trends there. Meat and produce seem to be more expensive in Fodder. Everything else more expensive in Weetons. So that's the final result. They've won every round, so they win 6-3 on the Farm Shop Wars challenge, so well done to them, and worthy winners. But Fodder, fantastic shop as well. We are lucky to have both of them in Harrogate. Of course, not cheap. Speaking for myself, not somewhere I would go shopping every single day, but as a little treat, then well worth it, I would say. Well worth it indeed. So well done to Weetons, winner of the Farm Shop Wars, but a worthy contender in Fodder. Both were fantastic. If you are around, then do visit either. So thanks very much for watching this video. If this content is of any use to you, then please like this video, please subscribe to this channel, and as ever, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Also, I'd be very grateful if you could like this video and hit that notification bell. If you do that, you'll continue to receive lots more rubbish just like this.